Okay. I'm going to, by the way, start this today, I thought, on Kaf Vav Amud Beis at the Mishnah on the very bottom of the page. Okay, we actually have two Mishnayot there. And so we'll pick up from the first one. Tzvi shenichnas labayit. Okay, we'll go through that. We'll try to move along pretty quickly this morning as we've got a lot of Gemara. Okay. All right, so we'll start. We're being recorded. Okay, Neaton, our Mishnah said, Tzvi shenichnas labayit. If a deer enters the house, and so remember we're now moved to the topic of trapping on Shabbat, right? And so what happens? V'na'al echad bepanav, okay, and one individual locks the door, shuts the door behind it, right? What's the situation? Chayav, he's culpable. Ne'elu shnayim, if two close and lock the door, paturin. Why that's the case, says the Gemara, said here the Mishnah, lo yechol echad len'ol, v'na'alu shnayim chayavin. If one would not be able to close the gate or the door, and two close, they're both held culpable. Rabbi Shimon pater. Rabbi Shimon, however, says they are both exempt. Okay, which is similar to what a previous Gemara had told us. And the Gemara here, Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Shmuel, Hatzad Ari b'Shabbat, one who is catches a lion on Shabbos. Okay, Eino chayav ad shiachnisenu legor zaki shalo, is not to be held culpable until he's able to get the lion into its cage. Okay. New Mishnah. Okay. Yoshev ha'echad al ha'petach. If one sort of sits at the entrance of the gate or entrance of the yard or the entrance of the house, velo mil'au ho, and he doesn't fill it up. In other words, his body size is not such that he closes the entire doorway. Okay. Yashav hasheni umila'o, and then a second individual comes, and when he sits next to that first individual, the two then do fill and close the entire doorway. Hasheni chayav. It's the second person who is culpable. Yashav harishon al hapetach umila'o. Now another situation. If one comes and sits in the doorway and fills it, uba hasheni v'yashav b'tzido, and then comes a second one and he sits down beside him, what happens? Afal pi she'amad harishon v'halach lo, even though the first one then gets up, okay, and leaves, right? What's the situation? Harishon chayav, the first one is culpable, v'hasheni patur, and the second one is exempt. Ha lamazeh domeh, what would this be similar to? Lenoel et beito l'shomro. In other words, we say that this is similar to a situation where he closes the house to guard it, to prevent the animal from leaving, right? Okay, and therefore, v'nimsa tzvi shamur b'tocho, and therefore the animal, the deer, is found to be guarded, kept within the house in that regard. Okay, all right, so in other words, not only is it caught, it has no way of escaping. Okay, so, and the second person is patur because he's only really guarding an animal that's already been caught. That's the issue. Okay. So what we're beginning to see from these Mishnayot is that an animal may be considered trapped only in an enclosure where one need not pursue them to apprehend them. That's going to be an important principle as we go on to today's daf now, which is Kav Zayin 107, right? Says the Gemara as follows, right? Amar Rabbi Abba, says Rabbi Abba Amar Rab Achia Bar Ashi, says son of Rabbi Chia Bar Ashi in Rav's name, Amar Rav. Nichnasa lo, okay? If we say that, right? Lo tzipor tachet knafav. All right, let's assume that a bird flew and flew in under his cloak or under his garment. Okay, Yoshev umshamro ad shetichshach. Okay, he can sit and, in a sense, guard the bird, prevent the bird from flying away until nightfall. Meitiv Rav Nachman. Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak challenges us, okay, based on our Mishnah. Yeshav harishon al hapetach umala'ehu. If the first one came and sat in the doorway, okay, and filled it. Uba hasheni v'yashav b'tzido, and along comes a second person and sits next to him. Af al pi she'amad harishon v'halach lo harishon. Even though this Braita says that the first one got up and left, right? Chayav, he is culpable. V'hasheni patur, and the second person is exempt. My lav patur. Why do we say alav? What do we mean when we say he's exempt? Okay, aval asur. Okay, is it not a situation that he's exempt from bringing the chatas, but he should be forbidden from doing it? Lo patur umutar, says the Gemara. No, he's not culpable, he's exempt, and also he is permitted to do so. Hachanami, here too, mistabra midikatani seifa. This seems logical as based on the end of our Mishnah. Lamazeh domer, when it says, for what is it similar? Lenoel et beito l'shomro, a situation where he locks the door, right, closes it, in order to guard the animal. V'nimtzat tzvi shamor b'tocho. Okay, and we find that the bird then is guarded, if you will, inside. Miklal, the patur umutar shmamina. Okay, from this we learn that he's exempt and it's permitted, and indeed that's what we learn. Ika da Amra. However, there are those who say as follows: Amar Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak, Af Ana Nami Tanina. So we also learn and teach in a Braita, Afal Pisha Amad Harishon V'halachlo, even though the first one got up and left, Harishon Chayav V'hasheni Patur. The first one is culpable, and the second one is exempt. My lav patur mutar. What is it? Don't we say that this one is exempt and is permitted? No, says the Gemara. Patur aval asur. He's exempt from bringing the chatas, we said, but it is forbidden. Ha medikatani seifa, says the Gemara. Here, however, we taught at the end of our Mishnah. Ha lamazeh domer. Here, to what is it comparable? Lenoel et beito l'shomro v'nimtzat tzvi shamor b'tocho. That he locks the door, right? Locks the house in order to guard it. And it's as if we find a deer protected, guarded inside it. Miklal, de patur umutar shmamina. From here we learn that he is not culpable, he is exempt, and it is permitted shmamina. Indeed, this teaches us that's the case. Okay. New section in our Gemara. Amar Shmuel, says Shmuel, Kol Peturei de Shabbat, all of these exemptions that we say in regarding the Shabbat, okay, Patur aval asur, he's exempt, right? There's no liability, but there is for a prohibition, labar mehani tlat, the patur umutar, with the exception of the following three, where he is exempt and it is permitted. Ada, one, first case, right? Right here. In other words, this one that we've given the example. Umimai de patur umutar, and on what basis is it that he is exempt and permitted? Right? The katani seifa, as taught at the end of the Mishnah, lama zedomer, to what is it comparable? Lenoel et beito l'shomro, okay, one who closes the door to guard it, v'nimtza tzvi shamor betocho, and we find therefore that there is a animal, a deer, guarded inside it. V'idach, and a second case, hamafis mursa b'shabbat. Okay, in this case, we're saying is that what is he doing? He drains an abscess on Shabbat. Okay, im la'asot la'peh, if it's simply to make an opening, chayav, he would be culpable. Im lahotzi mimena lacha, if it's to allow any of the, let's call it moisture, the pus inside to exit, patur, he's exempt. Umimai de patur umutar, and on what basis do we say he's exempt and it's permitted? Ditznan, as taught elsewhere in a Mishnah, machat shel yad litol ba et hakotz, that if one takes a needle in his hand in order to remove a thorn, that is permitted on Shabbat. Ve'idach, and the third example, hatzad nachash b'Shabbat, one who traps a snake on Shabbat. Im mitaseg bo shalo yishkachenu, if he's involved in doing so the snake does not bite, patur, he would be exempt. Okay? Im lerefuah, if he's doing so in order to catch the snake, in order to get its venom, let's say for medicinal purposes, okay, that's the case, chayav, he would be considered culpable. Umimai de patur umutar, and on what basis do we say, okay, he is exempt as well as permitted? Okay, Titznan, as taught elsewhere in a Mishnah, kofin ke'ara al haner b'shvil shelo to'ochauz b'korah. We are permitted on Shabbat to take a utensil, a dish, for example, and invert it over a lamp so as to prevent it from causing a fire on one of the beams of the house. Va'al tzo'ah shel katan. Likewise, we're permitted to take a utensil and cover it over the tzo'ah, okay, of an infant, of a young person. Akrav shelo teshach, or to put it over a scorpion, so again, it should not bite, okay? Right, so these are situations, okay, that even while the scorpion is caught, it nevertheless is clearly to prevent and not for medicinal purposes. Okay, hadran alach ha'oreg. And so we finish that perek. We get to a new perek, Shmona Shratzim. Now, before we start the perek, I want to review the pasuk or psukim. The Torah says in Vayikra, okay, the following chapter 11, okay, verses 29 and 30. And these are they which are unclean unto you among the swarming things that swarm upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the great lizard after its kinds, and the gecko and the land crocodile and the lizard and the sand lizard and the chameleon. That's from an older translation. Okay, so those are the Shmona Shratzim, right, that we're about to talk about. So we go into our Mishnah. Shmona Shratzim ha'amurim b'Torah. These 8 kinds of, let's call them reptiles or creatures that are mentioned in the Torah. Okay, Hatzadan v'hachovel bahem, one who traps them and also wounds them on Shabbat, chayav, is culpable. Ushash katzim ramasim, and other reptiles and creeping things, abominable things, hachovel bahem patur, one who causes wounds to them, is exempt. Hatzadan letzorech, but one who traps them for a particular purpose, chayav, is culpable. Shelo letzorech patur, but not for a particular purpose, okay, because he needs them, is exempt. Okay, going on. Chaya va'of, shebir shuto, a domestic animal, or a bird, a non-domestic animal, I'm sorry, or a bird, shebir shuto, that's in his possession, okay, that's in his private domain. Hatzadan patur, one who traps them is exempt. V'hachovel bohen chayav, but one who wounds the animal is culpable. So Gemara is now going to ask, Midikatani hachovel bohen chayav, since we infer from this that our Mishnah teaches one who wounds them is culpable, Miklal de'it laho or, that seems to imply that these animals have a skin. In other words, they have a skin covering the flesh where there are pools of blood underneath. Okay? So the Gemara says, Ma'antana, who teaches this? Amar Shmuel, so Shmuel Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. It's the view of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. The Tanan, who teaches, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri Omer, says, Shmona Shratzim, these 8 reptiles or items, Yesh lahen orot, they have skins. Okay? Now we're going to see ultimately why this is an important issue. Okay? Because number one, is the skin going to be able to be matame the same way that the flesh of these animals are matame, which is the size of a lentil, size of an adash, right? Rabba bar Rav Huna Amar Rav, says in the authority of Rav, Afilu tema Rabbanan. You can even say that the rabbis hold this. Ad kan lo plige Rabbanan alei, the Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Up to this point, the rabbis don't disagree with Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri's view, Ela le'inyan tuma, except in regards to the situation of tuma and tara. Dichtiv, as it's written, Ela hatmeim lachem, lerabot saorotehem kivsaram. that these are the things that render tuma, okay, to include their skins, okay, like their flesh. Aval le'inyan Shabbat, afilu Rabbanan modu. Okay, but in regards to Shabbat, the rabbis would seem to agree. Okay, so Gemara asks, le'inyan Shabbat lo pligi? In regards to Shabbat, they don't disagree. Vahatanya, but aren't we taught elsewhere in a Mishnah? Hatzad echad mishmona shratzim ha'amurim b'Torah, one who traps one of the 8 reptiles referred to in the Torah, hachover bahem chayav, one who wounds them is guilty. Divrei Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, that's according to Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Right? V'chachamim omrim ein or, but the sages say, okay, maintain that they do not have skin. Ela, let's go over. Lama shemanu chachamim, except for those that the sages specified that they have skin. Adraba, says the Gemara. On the contrary, right? Lama shamnu chachamim ein lehem or. Okay, why is it that the sages said these have no skin? Va'amar Abai, hachi ka'amar. Abai says this is what they're meaning to say. Ein or chaluk mi basar, that they don't have skin separate or distinct from their flesh. Ela lama shalom manu chachamim. Why was it then that the sages, okay, did not enumerate those, okay, in that manner? Okay, Amar le Rava, Rava responds, Ha lama shamanu chachamim. Okay, why then did the sages enumerate these certain animals? Ka'amar, as was said. Okay, namely, Ella, the following, Amar Rava hachi ka'amar. This is what they mean to say. Ein or mitame kibasar, that their skin does not contaminate or defile as does their flesh. Ela lama shemanu chachamim. Therefore, for what purpose did the sages enumerate them? Miklal the Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Okay, enumerated them based on the principle, okay, of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Okay, Delo manu chachamim mitmeim, that they did not enumerate them, okay, for clarifying whether or not they are tameh. Vaha katani, but here it's taught. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri omer chamisha shratzim yesh lehen orod v'lo metam'im. That Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says that these 8 reptiles have skin, but they don't defile, they don't contaminate. Amar Rav Ada bar Matana, says Rav Ada bar Matana, Taritz Hachi. He says, explain it this way, okay? Namely, V'chachamim omrim le'inyan tuma. And the sages are saying, in regards to the issue of defilement, ein or lama shamanu chachamim. Okay, those which the sages enumerated, those they do not have skin. So the Gemara continues. Va'akate, still le'inyan Shabbat lo pligi. Do we say that in regards to Shabbat they don't disagree? Okay. Vahatanya, but isn't it taught elsewhere in a Braita? Hatzad echad mishmona shratzim ha'amurim b'Torah, one who traps one of the 5 reptiles referred to in the Torah, hachover behen chayav, one who wounds them, in other words, causes them to bleed, okay, is culpable. Bishratzim sheyesh lehen orot. This is in regards to these reptiles that have skin. Ve'ezohi chavura she'ena chozeret. But what then is a wound that doesn't clot or heal? Okay, nitzrar hadam. It's where the blood becomes clotted. In other words, it becomes more like a bruise. Okay, afal pi shelo yatsa, even though it doesn't flow out. Now, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri omer shmona shratzim yesh lahen orot. In that case, okay, Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says these 8 reptiles have skins, right? And therefore, okay, if they have skins in that regard, okay, one would be culpable, okay? Amar Rav Ashi, says Rav Ashi, Man Tanakama. Who is the first Tana that teaches this issue? Rabbi Yehuda he. It's Rabbi Yehuda de Azil Batar Gishta, that he went according to the texture of the skin, the touch of the skin. The Tnan is taught in a Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda Hamer Halita'a Kechulda, that a lizard is like a weasel. Aval Rabbanan, the Pligiele, but the rabbis disagree with him. The Rabbi Yochanan le'inyan tuma, with regards to Rabbi Yochanan in terms of the issue of tuma. Le'inyan Shabbat module, but in regards to the issue of Shabbat, they are in agreement with him. Ihachi, if that's the case, says the Gemara, Hi divrei Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri. Okay, divrei Rabbi Yochanan, the words of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, they're similar to the words of Rabbi Yochanan. Umachlakuto mibayele. Okay, and if that's the case, okay, is there a reason to cite those who disagree with them? Okay, Tani divrei Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, umachlakato. So teach it. This is how we learn the view of Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri and his opponents. Okay, we now get to a new section. By mine Levi mi Rebbe. Levi asks Rebbe the following a question. Minayim lechavura she'ena chozeret. How do we know, okay, when a wound doesn't heal, okay, that it's permanent in a sense? Dichtiv, right, as it's written, right, the following. Hayahafoch kushi oro benamer chavar v'rotav. Is it possible for the Ethiopian to change his skin or the leopard to change his spots? Right? Mai chavar v'rotav. What does it mean, chavar v'rotav? Ilema, if we say dekai rikme, that it has all covered with lots and lots of spots. V'hai namer chavarotav. Okay, when we say it has spots, namer gavanav mibayele. We should say no, that's more like the leopard has its colors. Isn't that what we're saying or asking? Ele kukushi. But when we're talking about the parallel to the Ethiopian, ma'oro dekushi eina chozeret, the same way that the skin of the Ethiopian cannot change, af chavura eino chozeret. So likewise, we're talking about a wound that does not heal, that cannot repair itself. Okay, new piece in the Gemara. B'sha'ash katzin. What about these other it said the other creatures, abominations, right? Ha-horgan chayav. If one kills them, one is culpable. Man Tana. Who is the Tana that teaches this? Amar Rabbi Yirmiyah, says Rabbi Yirmiyah, Rabbi Eliezer he. It is this statement of Rabbi Eliezer, the Tanya, as taught Rabbi Eliezer, as he teaches as follows. Omer hahoreg kina b'Shabbat, one who kills even like a lice on Shabbat, kehoreg gamal b'Shabbat. It's like killing a camel on Shabbat. Matkifla Rav Yosef. And Rav Yosef challenged him with the following. Ad kan lo plige Rabbanan ale de Rabbi Eliezer. Up to this point, the rabbis did not disagree with Rabbi Eliezer. Ela bekina. Okay? Except in regards to a lice, a louse, for example. De'ena para urava. Okay? Because we don't say that it is capable of reproducing from a sexual perspective. Aval shash katsim ramasim. But other abominations, creeping creatures, the parin verabin, lo pligi, that do reproduce, they don't disagree. Ushnehem lo lamdua ela me'ilim. Okay? And the two of them, okay, both did not learn this except from the example of the elim, the reddened ram skins that were used to cover the Mishkan. Rabbi Eliezer savar ke'elim. Rabbi Eliezer was of the opinion that they are like the reddened ram skins. Ma'elim sheyesh bahem netilat neshama, the same way that they are able to take the life of these animals. Okay? Af kol sheyesh bo netilat neshama. So likewise, able to take the life of the animal for a better purpose. V'Rabbanan savrei ke'elim, and the rabbis also were of the opinion, like the reddened ram skins, ma'elim deparim v'rabim, the same way rams reproduce, afkol depara v'rabah. So likewise, any animal that is capable of reproduction. Amar le Abaye, and Abaye then says, Vakina ein para urava. Do we say then that a louse is not capable of reproduction? V'ha'amar mar, and did not the master say, Yoshev HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'zan mikarnei re'emim v'ad beitzei kinim. Okay, that the Holy One, blessed be He, provides sustenance from the horns of the largest animals, okay, to the eggs of lice, okay, which would imply that lice are capable of reproduction. Minahu the mikre beitzei kinim. There is a variety of lice that produce eggs, it says. Vahatanya, but aren't we taught in a Braita? The puye ubeitzei kenim, okay, that insects and the eggs of lice. Minahu the mikre beitzei kenim. There is again a variety of these animals that do produce eggs. Vahare parush de para barava. For example, like that of the flea that reproduces. Utanya, hatzad parush b'Shabbat, and one teaches in a Braita that one who traps a flea on Shabbat, Rabbi Eliezer mechayev. Rabbi Eliezer considers them culpable. Rabbi Yoshua poter, and Rabbi Yoshua exempts. Amar Rav Ashi, says Rav Ashi, Sida aharega karami. You're comparing trapping with killing. Is that what you're trying to make a parallel? Ad kan lo plige Rabbi Eliezer v'Rabbi Yoshua. Up to this point, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yoshua don't disagree. Ela damar savar davar she'ein b'mino nitzod chayav umar savar patur. Okay, that one holds that the opinion that if there's something that's not of a similar variety and it's trapped, he's held guilty. And the other holds that he's exempt. Aval le'inyan harega, but in regards to the issue of killing them, afilu Rabbi Yoshua modeh, that even Rabbi Yoshua would acknowledge the view of Rabbi Eliezer that the person in that case would be chayiv. Okay, let's go to a new piece then from our Mishnah. Okay, Hatzadan l'tzorach chayav, where we said that one who traps them for a particular need is culpable, etc. Man Tana, which Tana is this? Who teaches it? Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, says Rav Yehuda in the authority of Rav, in the name of Rav, Rabbi Shimon he. It's Rabbi Shimon. The Amar Malacha she'ein tzricha legufa patur aleh. It says that work that is carried out not for its intended purpose, one is exempt on it. Ika dematne la'aha. There are those who teach it on this, namely, hamafis mursa b'Shabbat. Instead, they teach it in regards to opening an abscess on Shabbat, perforating an abscess on Shabbat. Im la'asot la'peh chayav. If to make an opening simply, he is culpable. Im lahotzi mimena lacha. If it's to allow any pus, any moisture in it to escape, he's exempt. Man Tana, which Tana is this? Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, says Rav Yehuda in the name of Rav. Rabbi Shimon he. It's Rabbi Shimon the Amar Melacha she'ein tzricha legufa patur aleha. Okay, again, that work that is not intended for a specific, it's a clear purpose, one is exempt. Ve'ika dematne la'aha. But there are those who also teach this same issue on the following. Hadsad nachash b'Shabbat, one who traps a snake on Shabbos. Im mitaseg bo shalo yishkachenu patur. If he's involved in doing so that it does not bite, he's exempt. Im lerefuah, but if he does so to get medicinal benefit from it, he is culpable. Man Tana, which Tana is this? Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, says Rav Yehuda in the name of Rav, Rabbi Shimon he. Again, it's the view of Rabbi Shimon. The Amar Malacha she'ena tzricha legufa patur aleh, who says work not intended for that specific purpose is exempt. Now, says our Gemara, Amar Shmuel, says Shmuel, Hashola dag min hayam. Again, one who removes a new statement, a fish from the sea, okay, kevan shiavesh bo kesela, chayav, so long as if there's a spot on the fish that becomes dry the size of a coin, he is culpable. Amar Rabbi Yossi bar Avin says, Ubein snafi rav. And Rabbi Yossi bar Avin is not disagreeing per se, but clarifying by saying, particularly if the spot is between its fins. Amar Rav Ashi. Lo tema yavesh mamash. Don't say it becomes actually dry. Ela afilu the avad riri. Even if it detaches, right? If there's Amar Mar Bar Hamdudi, Amar Shmuel says another sage, Bar Hamdudi in the name of Shmuel, Hoshit Yado Lama'e Behema. Another situation, if he puts his hand inside the intestines, inside the insides of an animal, Vidaldel Ubar Shabame'eha, and he detaches and removes the embryo in its intestines, its insides, chayav, okay? He is culpable, okay? My tama, what's the reasoning? Okay? Amar Rava, says Rava, bar hamduve, again, esberali, okay? It was explained, I'll explain it this way. Lav Amar Rav Sheshet, did not Rav Sheshet Amar say as follows, Hai man the talish kashuta mihizme behige, one who removes hops from shrubs or from thorns, okay, mechayev mishum oker davar migidulo. Why? Because he's removing something from where it grows. Okay? Hachanami, here too, mechayev mishum oker davar megidulo. Here too, he would be chayev from removing something from which it grows. Okay? Now, Gemara is going to continue, and we'll just go over a tiny bit. Okay, Amar Abai. Okay, says Abai. Hi man, the talush pitra. Okay, one who removes a, let's call it a mushroom or a fungus, okay, from the handle of a pitcher. Okay, we're on top of Kafchet Amud Aleph.
We went from animals to plants or something.
Right. But again, removing something was the common issue, right? All right, what a mushroom or something. Mechayev is culpable, mishum oker davar migidulo, because he is removing something from the place where he grew. Okay. Meitiv Rabbi Oshaya. Rabbi Oshaya challenges this and says, Hatolesh me'atzitz nakuv, one who harvests or plants something, pulls something out from a potted plant, chayav, okay? A plant that's perforated, okay, is chayav, is guilty. V'she'eno nakuv patur. But if it's not perforated, he is exempt. Why? Hatam lav hainu derivite. Because there, okay, in the plant that it is closed, it's not, doesn't have any growth. Hacha hainu revite. But a potted plant that has a perforated plant that has holes in it implies that the plant, once it's put down, the roots can grow through the holes into the ground, and therefore he would be chayav. Okay? And we're going to stop right there for today. Okay? All right. So that was 107. Okay. All right. Till tomorrow, we'll pick up on Kafchet. Bob, you okay there? I noticed you joined. Right?
I joined late. I didn't know when. I sent you a message, but I didn't know when you were starting. So.
Right, but it is recorded. All right.
Okay. What is the plan going forward?
Well, you're going to continue with the 8 o'clock minyan.
Well, probably.
Okay, all right. So we'll talk and we'll see what we can work
Okay.
out. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody
Goodbye.
have a good day and a happy Father's Day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Happy Father's Day.